From taco night in Tulum to sushi in Tokyo, every bite is rewarding and post-worthy with Amex Gold's 4 times membership rewards points at restaurants worldwide. Wherever you dine, points are piling up. So bring your friends along for your next course, because it's not all about the posts. It's about the company and the memories. How can gold from Amex sweeten your next food moment? Learn more at americanexpress.com/explore-gold. Terms and points cap apply.
This is Fixing Famous People, the podcast where 2 reality television producers pitch solutions to save celebrities in dire straits.
But first, let's get to the Pre-Fixe, your weekly pop culture roundup.
Listeners, June continues to bust out all over. Happy Pride. Happy Pride, Christopher.
Happy Pride, Dominic.
You know,
tectonic news.
Tectonic news. We've lost track of the amount of DMs begging, offering bribes to find out what our well-teased big news is today. I hope you're ready for it. Are you?
That sound
Here
effect.
it is. Sean Penn has announced he will no longer be taking selfies, including, and I quote, with Holocaust survivors and the disabled.
Oh my God.
Now, that's not our news, but that's a real story that we're going to be talking about.
That is news.
soon.
It is news. It's not
our
our
news, but it is news.
Jesus Christ. And
we'll do this one more time. Here is our big news. Fixing Famous People is expanding. We will now be coming to you twice a week on Wednesday and Friday. We have given birth, bitch. We are so excited to do this as well.
With a twist.
Oh, it is a twist. It is a twist. On Wednesdays, the episode that's dropping is going to be an expanded version of the Pre-Fixe that you've come to know and love. And the second, shall we say third of that Wednesday episode will be new reviews and recaps that people have been asking us to do for years. This means that now every week on Friday, you'll be getting a separate episode that is an expanded version of the Fixe that you've come to know and love, where we fix a famous person, hence the title of our podcast, which will have new little format elements that we're not going to tell you about now that you're going to love. And so we're sort of calling it a Fix It Friday, and we haven't come up with anything clever for
We will,
Wednesday,
or you guys will, and we'll
will
steal it. Yeah, is what will
really
happen.
will.
Yeah.
So we're super excited. So every week on Wednesday, all Pre-Fixe, and then reviews and recaps. And then on Friday, that's the Fixe.
And we know that the a la carte usually drops on Friday. And so because of this, we are going to be moving the a la carte to Thursdays. So you're getting Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from these two right here.
And if you are a Patreonette or an Apple subscriber, your material will remain unchanged. Just because there's going to be more free material does not mean that your paid material will suffer. In fact, it's probably going to be sexier than ever.
And if you're in the $10 tier or the $20 tier, you're getting something on Mondays most of the time, or at least half of the time. And so you're getting something Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We're giving you Tuesday to just rest.
Because you'll need it.
You'll
need it. Mostly because our voices can be grating after day 45 in a row.
100%.
Although some of you are insane and say you love them, which I got to start dating those people, actually.
Yeah, you do.
Everyone
Yes,
who avoids me, that's like their number one problem.
Yeah.
So we are evolving. That's all I can say. We are evolving, and we're so happy to do so. We're so happy that so many of you have asked for us to evolve, and we have been approached by many people and mentors and fans who have said, why are you doing this once a week? And we just said, well, we don't know. And so now we're doing it more.
We've also hit the limit of like what we can cram into one episode, I feel. You know what I mean? Like we're busting at the seams, and we need to just change that.
We can't be doing 2-hour episodes every week. So instead we're going to do 2 1-hour episodes for your pleasure. And that is not just where it ends.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, oop, I had it on repeat.
Dear God.
Fixing Famous People will be doing its first live with an audience taping of the podcast in New York City on September 15th. We hope that it will be the first of many live and in-person audience attended podcasts. Can we announce the special guest that's going to be with us, or is it too premature?
I think it's a little bit too premature. They've already had so much. So
okay, it is too much.
No, it's a big one. No, it's a big one. And there might be some surprise guests as well.
Oh!
But we're really, really excited. And so as soon as the tickets go on sale for that, we will let you know.
We will let you know. Tickets will be on sale over the summer. It will be at Green Room 42 here in New York. Yes, we already have locations for other cities standing by. We just want to make sure that this one in New York goes well, which
works.
We know it will. And of course, it will go well if you all come. So please come and we'll give you more details about it shortly.
And P.S., our expansion is starting in July because
thank you, Chris.
Although the 250, anniversary of the country's like that music festival that was going to happen is falling apart. We needed to do something ourselves.
That was really the impetus for all of these gifts that we're giving. 100%. We felt so bad that the country wouldn't be able to celebrate its birthday with the likes of Bret Michaels and Vanilla Ice that we said, Lord, shall we give them a second hour? And the Lord said, yes, because the Lord is, of course, Cher on this podcast. We have one more little tidbit as well that comes from you guys asking us why we don't do this. And now we're going to be doing it. This summer, we will be joining Cameo, and we will be able to, at your request, make better or worse the lives of the loved ones that you send
mainly
our words to.
I'm sure worse. And also, I already feel the people like thinking of the most diabolical stuff that they're going to try to pay us to say. And I'm just I am already nervous.
Do it. Do you know someone who won't come out of the closet? Let us drag them out. Let us send them a message and say, Michael, your friend Belinda knows that you suck cock. This is the message to say, get out of that door.
It's time.
Take the lube off your hand so you can get the doorbell working properly and just kick it open, bitch. So we'll see you on Wednesdays and Friday for free, and then on Mondays and Thursdays for not. Is that correct, Christopher?
That is absolutely correct.
And we'll be live starting September 15th. If you want to come see us, meet us in person, and whoever our special guests and surprise guests will be. And we'll be joining Cameo. This is phase 2 of Fixing Famous People.
It really is. It really is phase 2.
Oh, Christopher, you know what I'm worried about the most? Do you think that we will reach our threshold with each other through this expansion?
No, I think we'll be fine.
Too much? You think so?
No, I feel that you and I are good about like, all right, bye. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we're good at.
We are.
If we do reach the threshold, we'll.
Sometimes I get nervous because I am a phone caller with Chris. I'm more of a voice call than a voice memo or a texter. And I don't know that you're all aware that Chris answers the phone in varying degrees of seduction. Like he doesn't answer the phone like a normal person.
Yellow. Yeah,
no, it's not. Like I pick up the phone and I'm like, hi. Every time Chris answers the phone, give us more examples.
Hello.
I'm like, are you always asleep with your hand in between your thighs? Hello.
I know I'm in it because when I'm at home in silence, I'm subdued. What is seduced?
You're seduced.
Subdued is what I am.
That was a combination of seduced, abused, probably. Are you making an announcement?
I don't know. I'm not.
Should I send you
I'm
a
not
cameo?
breaking my silence. Wait, speaking of, did you see that Karamo, sorry, not to immediately go into this. Did you see that Karamo has that AI app that's like supposed to be like you calling him and talking to him and all it kept doing was doing the same beginning part over and over. He's like, hi, it's Karamo. This is a safe space. Like, what's on your heart?
We should post that.
Hi, Karamo. Like, what are you doing? Like, how are you? And he goes, hi, it's Karamo. What is on your heart? Like, it just doesn't work.
AI Karamo broke down and someone on the internet called it probably 50 times and recorded it every time breaking. That's why the cast.
Was it ever not broken to begin with?
Karamo also is now detailing the work he's had done on his face 2 years after screaming he had no work done on his face. We're going to leap over that.
I can't do it. I can't go back to that
he pretends to be more. We're not. We got to get off Karamo.
No.
So anyway, that's our big announcement. Thank you for your patience. We just wanted to make sure we got all of our ducks in a row, and we are super excited. Like Christopher said, all this begins on July 1st, where we will have our supersized Pre-Fixe. We'll rename whatever that is. And then Jess Rothschild will be joining us for the first standalone fix, which is of Helen Hunt. And that's coming to you on Friday, July 3rd. And you shouldn't miss that episode because Jess Rothschild is basically begging to be put in a home because of a fandom.
You got guys, you're not ready. You're not ready.
I've never seen someone love Helen Hunt this much, and you're not ready for it.
Insane.
It's truly insane. We have a lot of good episodes coming up as well. We've been recording our asses off in time for the summer and in time for this expansion. Today we are fixing Jonathan Taylor Thomas, teen hunk Jonathan Taylor Thomas. With Corporate Gossip.
With Becca from Corporate Gossip.
That's right. That's right. So stay tuned for that. But right now, it's just time for our regular old Pre-Fixe.
Now it's just us, ladies.
Let me tell you.
And
what a time.
If you guys want to submit things for us to review and watch and review and talk about, let us know. DM us.
And please, I want to make sure the things that you're submitting are fierce. Don't People's Choice Awards me with this and introduce me to entertainment that I'm like, what is this? I'm not rewarding it with our time. I would love if someone asks us to review something that we've never seen. No one write us about NFL games. We won't think it's funny.
No one will.
Actually, I'm sort of laughing at that, but if you want, just bring it here. But we are super excited. I'm also excited to live in New York during the month of June. I cannot shut up about this on Instagram. World Cup, the Knicks, Gay Pride, Puerto Rican Day Parade. Madonna pops up every 48 hours to give a free fucking concert somewhere.
For no reason at all.
She's been at Macy's. She was in Times Square.
Not Macy's. She was at Macy's.
She joined Honey Dijon was spinning at Macy's, and Madonna, she's on Madonna's new album, and Madonna just showed up. And they started cutting a rug.
Where? At the perfume counter?
I don't know. Appliances? I don't know where they do their events at Macy's. I definitely avoid Macy's. 365 days a year. I absolutely avoid them.
Yeah.
A store, shopping at all is my nightmare.
I know you hate shopping.
Understandably, a store that is a full city block long.
And humongous and a menace.
It is purgatory to me. Every time I'm in Macy's, I look at the sky and I say, why did you bring me here? I know I'm being tested.
Wait, I didn't even tell you this. When Rebecca and me and Hassan went to go meet Lauren Minster at the Duplex on Friday, we were walking to go get dinner, and we walked by not the Menace restaurant, Ulio and Pew or whatever the fuck that's called, but that other one that's it's brick everywhere. Not the one we went to, not Morandi, but there's another one that's open all the time and has all the tables outside. And it was menace behavior. And we all were standing there going, this restaurant is a menace, and screaming at all the people outside.
We're huge fans. If you don't know what we're talking about, when we're in a restaurant in New York that we don't think deserves an outdoor cafe, or that they can't control the line getting into their indoor cafe, we will stand outside the restaurant and scream that it is a menace and doesn't belong in New York City. We have to protect our own. We have to protect our sanity here.
Yeah.
Speaking of sanity, I did see the premiere of Madonna's little short film for Confessions 2, her appearance. She was interviewed by Anderson Cooper at the Beacon Theater this past Friday night. It was great. You can look at the short film. It's really an extended music video. Yeah, you can look at it on YouTube now. It debuted there on Monday, and it is fierce. It is vintage Madonna. There are lasers coming out of women's hoo-has, and I'll just leave it at that. You should watch it. Lasers,
freaking sharks with freaking laser beams on their head.
The green, The green lasers coming out of the hoo-has are a little reminiscent of J-Lo's Waiting for Tonight back in 2000.
Stop. Dominic.
Wolf Klitzer, my best friend, was seated next to me. And the moment the green lasers started coming out, we looked at each other and went, Una noche más. Seriously, that was all we thought of. It was all we thought of was J-Lo. That said, it's great. Madonna Breeze, we were in the front row because Wolf Klitzer gets the best tickets. No one knows how. But she paraded in front of the whole theater on her way to her seat in row 10 to watch the film with us, seated with her gorgeous boyfriend, all of her gorgeous children, most of them, and the even more gorgeous Debbie Mazar. And Madonna brushed past us. We were able to smell her. She just smelled like royalty. It's the only way I could describe it. And her faux fur jacket brushed against Wolf Klitzer and I. It was a magical moment. And then she gave an interview, which I think is available online through Tribeca Film Festival. She just talked about her beginnings in New York. And a lot of that story, that part of Madonna's story, is on the Confessions 2 album, particularly in a song and video called Danceteria, which is where she used to hang out and where she debuted the song Burning Up at the beginning of her career. And it's good. And all the music that's coming from Confessions 2 sounds so good. Wolf Klitzer is a giant Madonna fan, and every day, maybe thrice daily, talks about how fantastic the rollout for this music has been. And the reason we're getting music, by the way, according to Madonna, is that she was waiting for the biopic to come together and it didn't. And then she was waiting for this Netflix series to come together and it didn't. So through all these delays, she looked at her team and was like, let's make some fucking dance music. What am I doing? I'm Madonna.
See, that's what I like. Don't wait for these fucking people.
No, and so
like,
she's
get
doing
your
that.
shit together. You know what I mean?
And that's that. The other big story this week, of course, I mean, if you're a certain kind of person, is the Tony Awards hosted by who I think we can now introduce as a megastar, Pink, hosted by Pink, were on Sunday night. And this is how good I thought the Tony Awards were. I feel like it's one of those things that it was so universally good that I don't understand reading reviews. New York Post, I'm looking at you, you red
don't
rag.
get me. I'm sure they were like,
they
were like this, like
Pink
homosexual, disgusting night was blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Beyond that, they tried to be even like more earnest about it and say Pink hosts lackluster Tonys in disaster Broadway season. Broadway made more money this year than any year in recorded history. There wasn't anything lackluster about it. And if you watch the performances on the Tony Awards, do we still have a dearth of new musicals? Yes, we always do because it's very expensive to put them on. But Broadway itself was great this year. And Pink is like,
no, she's like
unbelievable job. She appeared in like 10 numbers. She appeared in a number to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Chicago, did the music.
She just sang all that jazz out of nowhere for no reason.
Descended from the ceiling in the beginning. That did me. The first minute made me a little nervous because I was nervous doing her aerials, and then Neil Patrick Harris was fun, but
Neil Patrick Harris came out, and then that was upsetting. I was nervous.
We were a little bit nervous. So, but it was a great night. Death of a Salesman won the most awards with 6, even though John Lithgow won Best Actor rather than Nathan Lane. Ragtime was also a big winner. It won Best Revival. They've extended until the middle of August, by the way. If you have not seen Ragtime.
I haven't. I would need to go. I'm sure I'm going to pay. I'm sure I'm going to, like, blood is going to come out of my eyes whenever I
You'll pay out the ass, but it's a 2-hander, meaning it is a 2-act.
Yeah, it's a
3-hour musical.
School,
it's a great old American musical.
School musical,
and it's so good.
Yeah, we need to go.
Casey Levy and Joshua Henry won lead actress and actor as well. And I cannot say enough about it. It's fantastic. And, Cats the Jellicle Ball won as well of several awards. They've extended to 2027. So in the words of the great Rosie O'Donnell, come to New York, see a show, please.
Hottest ticket on Broadway is Jellicle Ball. I'm telling you, if you want joy, if you need joy, go. It is so, and you will not regret it. Joy and ass as well. You get joy, you get ass. Ding dong. Everyone is served here. Rum Tum Tugger indeed. Yeah. I'll tug her. I tugged it. Jellicle Cats, Jellicle Cats. Do you follow Rum Tum Tugger, by the way, on Instagram? I follow like all of them. I DM'd all of them. I was like, I'm obsessed with all of you. They were like, you're weird. I was like, okay. Like, Sydney Harcourt is Rum Tum Tugger's name. And I Googled You've literally talked about him like 3 times now. I've Googled his age, which I won't reveal here. And I will tell you, it made me feel horrible about myself. Yeah, it should. He's not older than me, but he's closer than you might think. And he's hot as fuck. Yeah. Fantastic. And I will say that Ragtime number when they were all like going around the stage and like they were in the little groups. I was like, oh, this is a Broadway show. You know what I mean? When they're like, people were pissed. There were queens online that were like, it's not as good as the actual show. And they're right. But no one who hasn't seen it knows that. Like at the actual Lincoln Center Theater, that majestic number that gave you chills, they have like a rotating
stage.
Yeah, of course.
In the
I'm
middle
sure
of
it's like
it.
exponentially
And
better.
it is
Yeah.
like, but it still looked good on the Tony Awards. Like that commentary there that I was just saying that people were like, oh, wasn't as good. It's like, then don't watch it.
Yeah.
Like, don't watch the Tony Awards if you don't want to just be entertained. It's so much better than every other award show. The Tony Awards is the absolute best because you're not just getting shoehorned musical numbers because Billie Eilish decided to sing a Bond song and we have to sit through it, and Jelly Roll doing the In Memoriam or whatever.
Although I will say an eyebrow was raised for Leslie Odom Jr. singing Without You from Rent for the memoriam, but he did a great job.
So good.
A great job.
He killed it. Like it was like a highlight.
He did great. And he looked great too. I was like, damn.
And
he's a great singer, as we all know.
Oh yeah. Tony winner, of course.
Yeah.
The other big news of the night, of course, was that Rosie O'Donnell attended the Tonys and debuted her facelift on American television. And I, for one, think that she looks great. She does look like she's not a different person at all.
I didn't see her at all.
You must go. If you click on that link, you'll be able to see it. Yeah. She looked like Rosie from 15 years ago. She did what a facelift is supposed to do. It made her look younger, and it didn't make it look like there were two dwarves in her wig holding her cheeks back in a knot. She looked good. She said it cost more than a car. I would think it was worth the money.
Oh, she looks great.
She looks great.
It helps that she put on one stitch of makeup, like one singular stitch.
She put on several stitches.
She loves to put like these pictures where she like looks like she just like got out of like a wind machine.
She did.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like
she didn't give herself, but she stopped at the facelift, still missing a top lip. Apparently that doesn't bother her as much as
I know, but we can only do so much.
Just put it in there. I mean, you're already
I'm feeling good about this.
Yeah, she looks absolutely fantastic. Speaking of Broadway, let's frame this in a way.
Speaking of drama,
Broadway.
Speaking of the drama desk. Yeah.
SpongeBob SquareClit got dumped by Ariana Grande. We found out it happened many months ago. They're just letting everyone know now.
People are shocked, and I'm like, why? How?
Like they've probably been split up this entire calendar year. Is really
I said. The minute that the Wicked press tour was over, she literally blocked his phone number and then just went on with her life.
And said, thank you next. How are you going to date someone who's got a song called Thank You Next? Why would anyone put themselves? That's like getting a tattoo of someone you're dating on your face. It's not going to work. It's not going to work out.
It's sure not going to work.
She sings the song about breaking up with people. You're better off with Taylor Swift, to be honest with you.
Truly.
Speaking of, that wasn't even an intentional segue, and I am ready. Taylor Swift and Kelsey Grammer are getting married at Madison Square Garden. I know everyone is saying this can't be true.
There's no, Dominic, there's
no one has
way.
said no. It's being run in every, like Pulitzer Prize winning newspapers are trying to explain why they've decided. Their camp has remained silent. I need to hear something from these people.
I know, because I wonder, this isn't just like a random rumor that's gone out of control. Like there's a plot here, and I just don't know what it is yet.
So
does that make sense?
100%. The only thing I can guess is that they've leaked this information on purpose because it sounds so ridiculous. And then they'll pop up July 4th and be like, we got married at a Chipotle 3 months ago or something.
Or she's going to be like, oh, come to my wedding, but it's a concert or something. Do you know what I mean? Like
something.
Because I don't know
no one anywhere is coming forward to disprove it. So they've either pulled the best sting operation that we've seen in pop culture, or they're getting married at Madison Square Garden. It's so ridiculous. I want it to be true. There's
no way, but I can't believe it. Even if it happens, I still won't believe it.
Well, they haven't invited 20,000 people. Supposedly they've invited 1,000. But what do you do? Yeah.
Oh,
but what do you do? Rope off?
She called 1,000. Remember, she had to call everyone. She called 1,000 people.
What else is she doing? What has she got going on? Well, she did.
Do we know the
date? Song for Toy Story.
Do we know the date or no?
We don't.
Because what real lunatics are going to do is like see what if like Madison Square Garden is like available on the date of the wedding.
I'm sure people will be camping out there.
That's a security risk, in my opinion.
Well,
don't you think?
It wasn't very fun this week with the president being here.
No,
please. Game.
Dear God.
Like President Trump, thank you for like A, making the Knicks lose, B, turning the island of Manhattan into a nightmare for 12 hours, and C, falling asleep at the fucking game. Like what are you?
He's so fat.
I can't.
Did you see the pictures of him?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my God.
Good.
Anyway.
And by good, I mean, enjoy your meals, eat, keep doing it.
Anyway, I don't even want to talk about him, but yeah, anyway.
Speaking of fat, George Santos is under investigation again. You know what? I can't even remember.
Speaking of fat.
I'm saying, God forgive me. I apologize for that. It was just too easy. He's under investigation for alleged insider trading. I don't know the company. I don't know the details. And quite frankly, I don't want to. Knowing that George Santos is the professional criminal that we have always said he is enough for me. In a crazy world, knowing that this queen is still committing crimes makes me feel safe.
I like it. Yeah, I'm looking at the picture of him where he's walking, and I'm just like, yep, there he is.
And unlike Rosie O'Donnell, George Santos has gotten his lips done and does so regularly. And good for you.
It's rough.
A return to prison for George Santos would be a watershed moment for the year 2026, I think.
Would it even?
Yes. Yeah. It would be a return to normal as far as I'm concerned.
Wait, so what is happening? He's doing insider trading. Oh God. What a
something.
surprise.
Yeah. Financial crimes. I'll never understand.
Yeah. No, I get it. But like he was trying to sell some God knows what, and he knew that they blah, blah, whatever.
Speaking of crimes, let's go over to hate crimes.
Oh God. I can't even deal with this.
Hudson Williams, who is of course the star of Heated Rivalry, a photo from literally his teen years popped up, and there's a swastika on his face. Now, it's part of some sort of tradition where it's something in high school in the town he grew up in Canada where everyone draws Sharpie on each other's faces and you don't know what they've drawn because you're not allowed to look in a mirror. And 15 years later, here we are. Someone who did take the pictures released it. And until the photo was released, Hudson did not even know that there was a swastika on his face. And when I tell you that he said and did every right thing within 30 seconds of seeing this photo.
Yeah, thank God.
Crumpled it up as a little piece of tissue and threw it away. So you might be wondering, well, then why are you talking about it? Well, because it's about Heated Rivalry. That's why we're talking about it. Don't ask me that again. Hudson Williams is not anti-Semitic, is the point of this story, in case you've heard otherwise. This is a broadcast that helps celebrities, folks. That's why we're called Fixing Famous People. And someone who we're going to be, and Chris, you said it's the third time ever that we're doing this, right? Where we fixed
third time
the second
ever.
time. We refixed Meghan Markle and astronaut Katy Perry, right? We did them twice.
Correct.
We are now going to, over the summer, be refixing Lizzo. Lizzo released a new album recently. Lizzo, whose last two albums each won multiple Grammy Awards, including Record of the Year. Like this is a major artist. This is and was a major artist who, be it through scandal or circumstance or what have you, is now this week, it's being questioned on the Reddits and the X's of the world, what happened to Lizzo's fan base, because she has released an album that she had previously complained about was not getting enough support from the record company. So she was, is it called wheat pasting? She was on Sunset Boulevard wheat pasting
Excuse me?
Where you, it's called
that's
wheat
like
pasting,
where you
where
have
you
the
put
little
up,
roller and you put it on the thing. Yeah, like in like a Looney Tunes cartoon where they're like,
Did you think it was a sex act or something?
I don't know.
I saw Lizzo wheat pasting on Sunset. It was disgusting.
Well, that's what they saw in that club in Thailand or whatever it was. They were wheat pasting, all right. That's why she got sued.
That's what Katy Perry did to that dancer's face, right? In Australia, she wheat pasted her. That was pretty gross. Leave it in. Anyway, her album's coming out, and people are saying on X, why doesn't she have a career? And Lizzo has now started answering these people.
Don't. The first mistake.
I mean, we're not celebrities and we don't respond to the comments. Lizzo does, and she's saying, I can actually answer this, fam. It's the explanation she gives that brings her back to the Fixing Famous People arena, because people are calling bullshit. We're going to suss it all out for you in about a month. Lizzo said, I don't have a career anymore because I was a radio girly, and in the past 3 years, everything's changed over to streaming.
Literally not in the past 3 years.
That's not the timeline. And now people are busting her busting her balls because they're like, yeah, no one was listening to music on Spotify before 2023. And they're just dragging her. But, the real reasons are the scandal has affected her career in ways that apparently she didn't think they would. And we have to have an in-depth discussion about the quality of the music on the new CD, because really it's not, and by CD, I mean album or whatever we're calling it. It's different. She's not a hit maker anymore. And we're hoping she hasn't peaked. We don't think she has, because she's unbelievably talented, but someone needs surgery.
We're not looking for positivity music right now in the world.
You think that's the reason why?
No, but I'm just saying, I'm thinking of her
pleased.
songs, I love myself and I'm so happy. It's like the world is falling down around us. Like we need her to be angry about that. That's a good album. I haven't listened to one bar of the music, so I could be wrong. But if
I
it's
listened to 2 songs.
More of her, her brand. It's that's not in right now.
Someone described the music and the reason that she was such a hit, particularly during COVID, as out of work corporate lady positivity while you're trying to survive COVID music.
Yeah, correct.
Could be it. I mean, there were bangers in there. I danced
so many bangers
in and out of the home.
Blame it on the juice. Blame it on the juice. Whatever that song was.
That was it, Juice. And even the slower songs on the previous 2 albums were great. Yeah. The song Jerome, Take Your Ass Home is a great
the one
song.
On her first, before Truth Hurts blew up, she had that one EP that was where's the hell my phone? How am I supposed to get home? Where's the hell my phone? It was a dumb, stupid song, but it was so funny.
But so catchy. No, she made hits. She made hits, and she's not with this current one. So we're going to do a little unpacking. And also, I thought that the lawsuits were over, but I did 2 minutes of research today, and there are some outstanding lawsuits. We reported here that some of the accusations against her were thrown out of court, but not all. So that story is unfolding. Speaking of unfolding, Spencer Pratt will no longer be in contention to be the mayor of Los Angeles, California.
Our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above with wisdom, power, and love. Our God is an awesome God.
Look at God.
Look at motherfucking God.
I mean, have you ever seen someone's fortunes change so quickly? Look, we all, including you, world, thought that he was going to be the mayor, but Los Angeles said, no, he's not. And the night of the primary last week, it really seemed like he was going to be in second place so he could be in a runoff in November. But he's not. He is not. He came in third place. So current Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass will be competing against Nithya Raman, a progressive candidate. So no Spencer Pratt. Certain people in higher office immediately jumped on it and said, this is rigged. It's like, no, it's not. Nobody really wants Spencer Pratt to hold public office. That's not a rig. That's common sense. We're here to talk about Jennifer Lynn Lopez for a minute. Several stories, I might add.
She has a sledgehammer and she's swinging it around is what she's doing.
There is, first of all, the movie.
I missed her.
Have you seen the movie? Have you watched them?
I haven't, but my first roommate that I ever had that was also my first boss in TV that lived in this apartment before me, and I took over her lease. Basically, we were roommates for a couple years. Okay. She would text me the other day and was like, I need to watch Office Romance with you. And I was like, yes, you do. So we're going to watch it in the next couple weeks.
I only know one person who's seen it, and that person's review was just the single word preposterous.
Yeah, which I'm fine with.
My second question was preposterous like the way all rom-coms are, and he said, no, just preposterous in a how dare you make this, and promote it with the zeal and verve with which you've been promoting it, and then serve us this.
I know, but that's why, come on.
No chemistry is what I'm hearing. Her and Brett Goldstein have no chemistry.
Okay. I'm sorry in advance for what I am about to say right now. He is so hot.
He's handsome. Beautiful. He's absolutely gorgeous.
He loves to write. He's an artist. I like him that much. When I see him on camera, specifically in, what is that show, Ted Lasso, that he got famous off of? Uh-huh. It was very he's very reserved, reserved. So
I think he's a reserve.
I can see
In
him
general.
like a very wooden performance. I feel that he gives. So I can see him and her having no chemistry at all
And he wrote this.
for
He
her.
wrote the movie for her.
Yeah. And himself so that they could bang.
While promoting the no chemistry, preposterous office romance, Jennifer Lynn Lopez said on Subway Takes this week that you cannot call yourself a real New Yorker unless you were born here. Well, that did not gain her
No, it sure didn't.
any popularity votes from the majority of people who live in New York City who were not born here. Christopher, when is someone a real New Yorker?
The guy says to her, when I moved here at this time, XXX,
Right.
the New Yorkers all said 10 years. And
I've
I
heard that
remember
as well.
hearing that. You know what I mean? And I remember hearing that as 10 years.
Uh-huh.
And so I don't know. And also like, whatever.
Yeah, I
You know
mean,
what I mean?
you don't
I'm
get
not
any
trying
you
to,
don't get any
like-
financial benefit from it.
No.
It is just like, but there are people who were born elsewhere who have lived here for 40 years and are just giving her the finger online. They'd be like, yeah, I don't
Yes.
think so. Which is, it's especially funny for many reasons. A, Jennifer Lopez has lived in Los Angeles for a billion years, like the majority of her adult life. And B, all you think about is her going to the Bronx and telling people, hi, I used to live in this house.
Here. And the guy
they
saying,
say,
who are
Who
you?
the fuck are you? Who are you?
She goes, Jennifer. He goes,
The
okay.
orange drink, all the
Orange
New,
drink, the
it's
hair thing. When she's like, this reminds me when I was like in the Bronx running down the street. Remember when her hair was all like frizzed up?
They didn't
for
like you
Atlas.
in middle school. Your middle school chums said that you weren't. They don't think you're a real New Yorker. And they went to school
I
with
think
you
she
here.
did this on purpose to cause backlash. There's no way she thought that she was going to say that and not have it explode.
It's controversial. It is controversial.
If she tells me she's shocked that everyone's upset, I would be like, you're a liar.
So Jennifer Lopez was on Watch What Happens Live. She's been promoting this movie, Watch What Happens Live. Subway Takes at least 7 Chipotles in the tri-state area.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's going to Mall of America. She'll probably be hosting something on Fox News at this point. She can't stop talking about it. But when she went on Watch What Happens Live, she told a story that made my clit pop off. It is as follows.
I don't know if I know this.
Andy, I think a viewer wrote in and asked her to comment on it. And Andy said, is it true that it was Jennifer Lopez, not Christina Aguilera, who was to appear on stage with Madonna and Britney Spears at the 2003 MTV Video Music Awards in the number that included the infamous historic kissing of Madonna and Britney and Christina? J-Lo confirmed it. She said, I went to Madonna's house. We talked about it. But unfortunately, as it got closer, I was filming a movie called Shall We Dance? And they would not let me out of it.
Yeah,
to
with
go to
Richard
the
Gere,
VMAs.
right?
I don't know who was in that, but
I think it's Richard Gere. Yeah.
it feels a little bullshitty to me. I don't know why. You know why? Because why wouldn't they let her out to do that and then she could promote the movie? I don't know. And I was looking at her, because this is the thing about Jennifer Lopez. She's a good actress, but she's a great in
Bullshitter.
interviews.
Yeah.
Actress.
yeah.
When I tell you, Hustlers and Hustlers and Out of Sight aside, she's great in both of those. But she gives interview bites like she is a hustler.
No, just
She
like her
definitely
native
is.
New York, real New Yorker thing. You know what I mean?
She's a real New Yorker in interviews. I wasn't 100% sure that she was locked in to do it, but she did say, I was at Madonna's house. She brought up the kiss like it was always a part of the number. And she was like, yeah, okay. And no one thought anything. So can you imagine Madonna having kissed? Because she did kiss Christina also, which doesn't get as much play because it wasn't on camera. But can you imagine Madonna kissing Jennifer Lopez and having that burned into our pop culture minds?
But
forever?
it was on camera, wasn't it?
I don't know. The Britney
Like the
one
shot was just
on
as
more,
bad, was worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Britney version is much more
It's like very there. Yeah.
prominent than Christina, right?
But you know,
because MTV was more concerned with cutting away to Justin Timberlake than they were to show Madonna kissing Christina. That was the problem. That's why we didn't see it. Right.
But like Britney and Christina make way more sense than like Britney and J-Lo.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Like that's weird to me.
That's why I'm also
Britney and Christina are like the two like second comings of Madonna that are like, she's then like passing the torch to them through a locking of the lips. You know what I mean?
That's why I'm calling bullshit. I think they found out Christina was available and they were like, J-Lo, you know what? This like just makes more sense.
Richard Gere said you can't do it, so you should just go from that movie. Yeah. Yeah.
And that was that.
Yeah, I bet you.
By the way, Leslie Manville, a wonderful actress who just won Best Lead Actress in a Play for
Legend.
Oedipus. Since we're speaking about Brett Goldstein, she's going to be playing his mother in an upcoming project for Prime Video called Escorted, where he apparently plays a single dad who accidentally starts becoming a male escort. And Leslie Manville will play Brett Goldstein's mother. Love everything I'm hearing about that, except that it's on Prime. I'm not like a Prime viewer, mostly because of astronaut Lauren Sanchez Bezos. But I will make sure my membership is active to watch that. Shia LaBeouf has quietly pled guilty to battery counts from the Mardi Gras incident that we remember from last year. Actually, like this wasn't even this Mardi Gras. I think it was. It was this year. I forgot. God, February seems like such a long time ago. I thought that Mardi Gras where he like lost his mind was in 2025. It was in fact just 3 months ago.
Well, it was this year. No, it was this year. Yeah.
And he pled guilty. Will he serve jail time? No, he's famous. We don't serve.
I wish he would.
You need to have made inappropriate sexual contact with at least 50 people in order to even be considered for jail as a celebrity. So he didn't do that yet.
Sad.
When he does, he'll go to jail. So he can just terrorize people on the street and make physical contact with them and then continue to roam the streets. Speaking of douchebags, we come to the king of that sect. Sean Penn has said he will no longer be taking selfies for any reason, including for Holocaust survivors and the disabled.
Why say that?
Because he's Sean Penn and is unglued at all times. A spokesperson for all disabled people and survivors of the Holocaust released the following statement. No one wanted one, asshole. Not a single fucking person.
People are scared of your skin.
Get out of here.
You know what I mean? Like definition of sun damage. Definition.
Isn't his face sponsored by Coach, the bag company?
They've done it. Not even Coach. Like fucking Wilson's leather.
It's giving Leatherface from Chainsaw Massacre at this point.
Truly.
That's why he didn't show up to accept that third Oscar. People were afraid we thought he would think he was the Crypt Keeper. Goodbye, Sean Penn. You know what, though? I mean, I hope that this gives birth to a group of people who follow Sean Penn just trying to take selfies with him.
Be like, please. Yeah, and he's like, get away from me.
Sean Penn's really trying it. You want to know who else is really trying it? We won't spend too much time on this story because it's so dark and I hate talking about it. Nick Reiner, who is Rob Reiner's son, who, of course, murdered his parents last year, is demanding access to his $1.5 million trust fund to pay for the defense that he needs for killing his parents.
Oh, God.
I don't want to say what's on my mind, but I hope Nick Reiner gets the fate he deserves. That's all.
I need access to my trust fund so I can hire a lawyer to defend me from murdering my own parents.
That is not the richest, the most
this
rich
is America,
white thing
people.
I've ever heard anyone say.
That's the United States of America.
Yeah, they'll probably let him fucking do it.
100%.
P.S. We're
100%.
here next week, and he's got Johnny Cochran or whoever the new Johnny Cochran is representing him.
Johnny Cochran's ghost.
Or maybe the actual Johnny Cochran.
Yeah.
It is. Yes, Johnny Cochran is deceased for some time. I think the whole defense team is deceased now. Like they've all sort of, the OJ defense team, they've all sort of met their fates.
The one guy is still alive because he's in every one of those documentaries, and he's like, "I was doing the right thing."
Oh God, the DNA guy, right? He was the young white dude with brown hair.
Yes, he's
then.
like way younger, than the rest of them.
You know, June means a lot of things: proms, summertime. It also means a lot of graduations. And I swear to God, every time I turned a corner this week, a broken up celebrity couple was at their child's graduation and being force-fed to me through Instagram. Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet got back together because they have a daughter named Lola who is graduating high school. Jason Sudeikis and Olivia Wilde were together. One of their kids, I believe, graduated middle school. Halle Berry and her ex, Gabrielle Aubrey. Remember him? It was a for years, contentious custody battle over their daughter, who has now graduated. Apparently, they did not speak to each other or sit next to each other at the graduation. And Knox Jolie, formerly Knox Jolie Pitt, he also graduated this week, but his father did not attend that graduation ceremony because he doesn't talk to any of his children. So Angie represented while Knox and his single mom celebrated his achievement. While we're here and while I have said her name, I fell down a bit of a Lisa Bonet wormhole.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying Lisa Bonet needs fixing. I don't think she'd ever need fixing. I want to see more of her. And what a charmed celebrity life. First of all, I don't know how old she is now. I'm not going to ask. I know she's around my age. She is impossibly beautiful, Lisa Bonet. And I'm just like, you are the most popular kid on one of the most popular sitcoms of the era. Like, that's usually enough for someone in a lifetime. But then to marry Lenny Kravitz and Jason Momoa and have impossibly beautiful children with both of them and remain ageless, we need more Lisa Bonet out front. Like, I need her to be front burner. I don't know, how do we do
and
that?
I like that she's
retired from acting.
Because she's like, I don't need to do this. I can just be rich and like be cool and like bang Lenny Kravitz and have like the hottest child ever to exist. Do you know what I mean?
And her kids with Jason Momoa are equally as hot, by the way.
It's like she's like being a celebrity's for the birds. Like, I did that already. You know what I mean? Which I think is like the most like powerful thing ever.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe her other children will marry the other members of One Direction. Just keep it clean.
Just get it going. Yeah.
Why not? Well, Kathy Hilton was to be the Grand Marshal of the West Hollywood Pride Festival and Parade that was this past weekend.
Power to the people.
The gays got mad and they were like, are you out of your fucking mind? Isn't it well documented from Erica Jane and Lisa Rinna that she liberally used the F slur and is a Trump voter and all these things? And whether or not you agree with whether or not she qualified to be Grand Marshal, it doesn't matter because they removed her. Kyle Richards, her sister, has come to Kathy Hilton's defense. I don't honestly think Kathy Hilton's going to be terribly damaged by this.
No, I think
that people are still going to, the people who liked her are still going to like her. It was a very strange choice, West Hollywood Pride. It just was.
It's annoying when it should be a queer person. I'm sorry. Like, it shouldn't not be. I'm sorry. Like,
you are 100% right.
And this isn't like it's like West Hollywood. You have to throw a rock and you have like a famous gay person that lives there.
I don't even necessarily think this is not like the argument about like Pink's never been on Broadway. She shouldn't host the Tonys.
No,
this is
it's not at all the same.
It's a different celebration. It's a completely different moment. Kyle Richards is defending her. Some people are saying she's defending Kathy a lot better than she has ever defended her sister Kim on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. But Kathy's the one with the money.
Hot take really quick. No tagging. Like, every time someone fights with Kyle on that show, Kathy's right next to them and is like, oh my God, you're like so upset. Like, Kathy loves when Kyle's getting like wrecked, like, but from all sides, like Kathy's right there with all those people wrecking her. And they're like, oh, you're upset? Like, tell me why. My sister's a cunt. Yeah, anyway.
We're in a bit of a Bravo section here during the Pre-Fixe today. Andy Cohen, known gay Lothario, has met the love of his life, apparently. His boyfriend's name is Kevin. I believe he's in finance. He went public on his podcast this week because they were photographed leaving Via Carrata in the West Village holding hands. And people said, wait a minute. And so he said they've moved slowly and methodically. They met July 4th at a friend's July 4th party out in the Hamptons. And it was very sweet. It was a very sweet side of Andy. And he was telling John Hill on the podcast, I found my person. I can't believe it. And it sounded like he was getting choked up. And he said, this man loves my children and my children love him. And it was really
I always forget
lovely.
These kids. That is very different.
Too.
But it's very different when you're dating. You know what I mean? It's like a single parent, you know?
Sure.
The number of people that texted me, there was like, who is this? They were like, who is this? And I was like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
why would I?
He's not a celebrity. He's not.
No, but also
he's a rich white
people
guy.
think that we like text Andy every day. You know what I mean? Because we like worked on Bravo shows, and I'm like, that just simply is not true.
Haven't a clue. But congratulations. I mean, look, if Andy Cohen's finding the love of his life at 58, there's hope. There's
So
hope
can
for
Kim
people-
Zolciak, right?
So I was going to say Dominic Pupa, but yeah, so can Kim
sure.
Zolciak.
Sure.
Who can tell the two of us apart anyway, really?
Truly, when I met her and I said, you don't know me at all, but Dominic Pupa's my podcast co-host, she said, get your phone out right now and start making a video. And then the video was, where the fuck are you, bitch? And then she like,
Yes, it
when the
was.
episode airs, I will post it. But it's, yeah.
I love Kim. I have not spoken to her in quite some time. I've not spoken to her since most of the divorce business started going down, but it continues to be very nasty, unfortunately. She and Croy have a slew of kids. And according to Kim, Croy is intimate with his lady friends in the room next door to the kids or in close proximity. And she's going public and putting it in court papers. I know, kind of gross. I didn't get to know Croy as well as I know Kim, even when I was down there producing Don't Be Tardy. But I will say that I've seen pictures of Kim with her sons, Cash and Cade. And when I tell you that these boys are 13 and 15 and they are, I think that's their ages. I could be wrong. They are giant. Like they look so much like Croy and they are built, is the phrase brick shithouse still okay to say?
Yeah, I guess.
Huge, towering over their mother in a way that you would look at these boys and think that they are in their mid-20s. They're giants. That has nothing to do with whether or not their dad is having sex in the room next door to them, which would be unfortunate. Speaking of unfortunate, do I even want to talk about this? Something comes across our desk. While in Italy, Amanda was videotaped spitting in West's mouth at a meal, feeding each other bird style.
I don't want to talk about that's disgusting.
So we've said it. And so we're going to have a new element on the show where one of us tells the other a story and the other is
repulsive. Yeah.
You're forced to Google it. So everyone pull over and Google Amanda spits in West's mouth. We'll wait here for 10 minutes while the cars whiz by you. Also, Kyle, another fallout victim of the Summer House infidelity scandal, is now hooking up with someone from Southern Charm. I can't keep track of when Bravo people from two Bravo shows I don't watch, when they start fucking, I'm out. I'm on my porch like Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino saying, get off my lawn.
It's all to stay in the zeitgeist. The whole thing,
I guess
all
it's
of it.
fine.
All of
I mean,
it.
they're like the Bachelor universe. Like everyone's fucking each other. You're not going to remember how everyone knew each other.
But it's so that they can get a little story out there and they can get a little something. You know what I mean? They're
getting it.
They sure are.
While we're in the Bravo-verse, Brandi Glanville's parasite is unfortunately back. She thought it was from her breast implants. It still could very well be from there, but she thought that it was gone. And she said, my face is caving in again and I don't know what to do. And she appeals on social media all the time. If anyone knows anything about parasites or knows a doctor, can you just please have them reach out to me?
These pictures that they put up of her are, I don't
her
even
face
know what to
looks
say.
like it looks like something that is like borderline not repairable. You know, like it's very
correct.
It's very botched. It's very nip tuck. It's very what are we supposed to do? It just looks like the muscles in her face have collapsed.
And she's just, there's too much that has gone on, and now it's like we're where we are. Where we are. You know what I mean? And like
we did not help by serving 3 pre-dinner courses of like any injectable known to man, which is not to say you shouldn't do them, but like everything you put in or on your body, you just run a risk. And she is really going through it.
Yeah.
Chris, as we celebrate our baby, our podcast in its 4th year, finally expanding, we celebrate one of the people we fixed on our very first episode, Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Schmuckers. Her daughter, Lilibet, has turned 5 years old. And
Beautiful.
She has, what she's been doing the past few years is she'll just post the back of her children on Instagram. Lilibet's got some red UK hair rocking there. Beautiful, beautiful hair, like Pantene level commercial hair.
Yeah.
I'm sure the kids will be models at some point, but I can't wait to see what these kids look like from the front because they're adorable. God, that sounded really like disgusting, but I just want to know what they look like.
Yes. Like once you can see that once they grow up and you can see them. Yeah. Well, you know that Jackie that was on a forthcoming bonus episode on Patreon, she mailed me some apricot spread that I just got the other day and I just posted on Instagram. And so I might celebrate Lilibet's 5th birthday with some jam.
Now, the reason I got up earlier, see this eye, doesn't it look, the way it's lit and the way I'm looking at it, it looks like it's like half closed, but it's not. That's why I got up to look in the mirror. The light, the way the light's bouncing off, it looks like, is it closed? What's going, am I having?
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with my eye. It's just the light. Okay, we're going to move on. No explanation from this from any of the royal family. Maybe Kristen Meinzer or someone who knows better, but Prince Andrew appeared in public today and he's got like a giant bruise on the side of his face. No explanation. We're all hoping someone beat the shit out of this pedophile.
Yeah,
that's
truly.
the story we want. So
Truly.
even if it's not true, why don't you just tell us that?
I know,
Buckingham
really,
Palace.
Yeah, they'll allege all these other things. Just allege that.
Lorne Michaels won. I did not know Lorne Michaels was a producer of the Broadway musical Schmigadoon.
Mm-hmm.
But he won a Tony for Best Musical when Schmigadoon won that Tony just a few days ago. And in all the press, I came across this recent interview that Bowen Yang did, where he talked about Lorne himself calling Bowen, because Bowen, as you know, left. When did he leave SNL? It was this past December, right? Yes, because Cher and Ariana Grande were on.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to do the season at all. And Lorne himself, I love any sort of behind the scenes when it comes to Saturday Night Live. It's always fascinating to me. Lorne himself called Bowen and was like, this isn't a good time. Please do half the season because we have a lot of new people and I need you to help show them
there, to like anchor it.
And Bowen sort of begrudgingly did it, but he was like, this is the first time that this king of all kings like needed the help of someone below him. So I was like, fuck yeah, I'll stay for a couple of months.
Yeah.
And did it. But the thing, I love that story. I think it's a delicious story, but the other news is like Bowen really wanted out. He was really done. And apparently everyone knew that he was done. It just wasn't his thing anymore. You really don't know. I mean, we know how grueling it is, but as a comic, you say to yourself, you don't leave that show no matter what. They can be killing your family members and you say, okay, do I have a sketch in next week's episode? Bowen says, no, that's unrealistic. I just grew tired of it.
Yeah. And he said too, it's like, I was always the like flavor. Like I was always doing something crazy, whereas like I wanted to just be like a random person in a sketch and they always like I think he felt like he had to perform a lot.
He was doing a lot of heavy lifting. Yeah, he was one of the stars. Kate McKinnon was the same. Ashley Padilla, who is this season's breakout of the newbie breakout. Ashley Padilla, I don't have all the information in front of me, but there was a release this morning that she's going to be appearing in a rom-com. Like
that's fun.
She's been the breakout for literally 10 seconds, and now they're already giving her all this work to take her off the show. Let her bake a little bit. Let her get to the
I wonder why.
Iceberg level like Bowen was. Like let's see some iconic, like, don't push it.
I know, I wonder. Weird.
Well, some sad news today. The Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the television series, has lost another cast member. What is going on this year? Anthony Head, who is known for being Rupert Giles on Buffy, passed away from complications due to pneumonia. He was 72 years old. R.I.P. His daughters wrote some lovely things about him on Instagram. A lovely person, as one would expect. Everyone had lovely things to say about him. And speaking of lovely people who've passed away, we did mention it on the a la carte, but for those of you who are not subscribers, R.I.P. to Peebo Bryson. We didn't get to mention it on Maine last week.
We were singing his song whenever the news was breaking.
We were singing "Certain as the Sun Rises in the East," not yet knowing that he had passed away. And for those of you who are old gays who love daytime soaps, he also sang the "One Life to Live" theme song in its later years. 'Cause we have one life to live. Bum, 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 bum.
Wait, I literally didn't know the song and I was going to sing, "We've got one life to live." Like I was going to do it, but it isn't that off of what you just sang.
So R.I.P. to Anthony Head and Peebo Bryson. Two more things before we get on to fixing Jonathan Taylor Thomas. I'm going to read you this headline as it's written, and I'm going to also ask Us Weekly why I needed to be sent this alert to my telephone during a meal.
Here we go.
Mayim Bialik experienced explosive diarrhea and more nightmare systems from GLP-1 use. Us Weekly, how have we reached the end of celebrity journalism where I need now to know about Blossom's bowels? Is that where we're at here as a culture?
Yes, the answer is yes.
Jesus.
I was scrolling and someone, it was either like Radar Online or Us Weekly or something, was like, Jason Derulo falls during concert. And it was just him like tripping and like it wasn't even good. He just like accidentally slipped like on the thing.
Like
it was
stubbing
like,
his toe.
And like literally, and then was like, oops, I'm good. And then he was like, got it. Like, and then nothing happened. No, he didn't fall off the stage. He didn't like, you know what I mean? Like fall into a trap door and like break his leg. Like he literally like tripped over his own 2 feet and like then recovered. And it was as if it was like a news story. I was like, really, everyone? When he tripped, his blazer that had no shirt underneath it ripped open, so then you saw his body, which is
Did his dick pop out?
So
that's
like,
really the only thing I'm interested in.
Basically. So it's like, not only
supposedly
that,
there's like a one-eyed wonder worm down there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Have you seen the pictures? Like the ones of him in the bathing suit?
Oh, yes. Yeah. I have them on my phone. I bring them up when I need them, if you know what I mean.
So he like tripped, but then it was like also a stripper move. You know what I mean? He like also like revealed himself. So it isn't even, and they like are like putting it all over the internet. I'm like, okay.
Oh, I hurt my elbow and my 13-inch penis popped out and knocked some woman out unconscious in the front row.
But like, that's a story. That is a story. That's a story. You know,
I mean, Blossom's bowel movements, definitely not as entertaining as Jason Derulo, you know?
No.
What are we gonna get next? Jenna Von Oy's pap smear, Six's smear? Is that what we're gonna get from the cast of Blossom? If you're gonna talk about the buttholes from people from Blossom, give me Joey Lawrence. I don't want Mayim Bialik's butthole.
I know. We know you want that. We know what you want, Dominic. We know what you want.
Anyway, Mayim, you look great as you are. You don't need to lose weight. Fuck it. And God, don't take the GLPs again. I don't need to hear anything about that.
Well, and yeah, especially if you're like shitting your brains out every day. You can't be doing that.
I mean, that is one way to lose weight, but not in the way that Blossom put it. Before we head over to fix JTT, some friend emendations. A friend of the pod, friend in real life, Jess Rothschild. Tomorrow, June 11th, if you're listening to this on the day our pod drops, the first 2 eps of her new doc, Finding Fire Island Season 2, the award-winning Finding Fire Island series. If you listened or watched the first season, then you know that it was magical. The second season, everyone is so excited about. 2 episodes drop tomorrow. Congratulations, Jess Rothschild, on another monumental achievement. As we said, 2 episodes drop tomorrow, and then they are weekly after that. And
I can't wait to listen.
Another friend of the pod, Christopher, got to attend a crowning achievement of his this week as well.
Our friend of the pod and former guest, Zero Waste Daniel, just did his 10-year collection runway show, and it was incredible.
Ooh!
It was so much fun, and the clothes are great. My credit card is about to be getting some hits on it because the clothes are so cute.
This is I've only known him as long as we've been doing the pod, but this is a great collection. And if you get a chance to go to Instagram and see what Chris and his boyfriend Hassan were wearing, they should have been walking the runway. They look so good. It's like my favorite picture of the two of you ever. And you need to make that your photo everywhere or put it on a stamp.
Sure.
The same series where we put your face from last week when I told you that a show about Celine Dion's was coming. These are the Christopher DeRosa stamp series, which I think could be viable merch for.
Could be a thing. Yeah. Stamps of my face.
Or stickers. Yeah. Speaking of friend emendations, a reminder that next week I begin my Pride tour with my little show. This is not a Pride show. It's just June and I'm Gay. I will be in DC on the 18th, Chicago on the 21st, Boston on June 23rd, and then at the Cutting Room in New York City on Saturday, June 27th. And then after that, catch me at the Red Room in Provincetown, various dates during the month of July. Go to my website, dominatory.com, or my Instagram page at Dominic Pupa for tickets and details. Christopher, are you ready for some vital messages before we fix Jonathan, the long missing Jonathan Taylor Thomas. We found him.
Sure
we
am.
don't just fix famous people here. We find famous people.
Oh, God.
We found him. Vital Messages up next.
Dominic, I know I say this.
Yes.
But we do have a big one. We got a big one this week, okay? You know and love her from her wildly successful podcast, Corporate Gossip. It's Becca Platsky. Thank you for being with us.
Oh, thank you guys so much. I'm so honored to be here.
For the one person listening that doesn't know about your show, can you tell them a little bit about your podcast that I love? And anytime there's like corporate drama that's happening in the courts, like I'm going to you because I'm like, she'll have an episode about this and she's going to talk about it. And then it's like what you want me and Dominic to do for like Ticketmaster, which is an entity I want her to come back and fix once once the rulings have come down. I want her to come back and do that. Like, if you want like me and Dominic, but like someone that knows what they're fucking talking about to like explain the Ticketmaster drama, this is who you're going to right now. Correct?
Yeah. So corporate gossip it's kind of like TMZ for business. It's business news for Bravo lovers, we call it. And it's like, I love gossip. I love mess, but I'm also a CPA. And so I've kind of combined these two things to bring you corporate gossip. And yeah, we talk about all the billionaires I wouldn't say love to hate, that you just hate to hate.
That you
like,
hate. Yes.
Larry Ellison and Sam Altman. And we don't necessarily talk about the business of it all. We talk about, we do a little bit. You'll learn something when you listen to this podcast, but we more so talk about their personal lives, which are just as messy as like any Summer House, Vanderpump Rules, which of course I love, but it's at that level of mess. And I think we need to talk about it more.
100%.
Yeah.
Because guess what? A lot of what Bravo especially and reality shows are is a distraction from the horrors that are going on in the world, which sometimes we need very much. But like sometimes it's like, I'm like, okay, like stop being obsessed with Amanda Petula and be obsessed with like data centers, like ruining the environment. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
But I will say your podcast is one of the ones that like when it's like late at night and I'm just like, I've read too much news. Like it really is so calming. Your podcast is such a balm to me. And
is
so
it calming?
Yeah, it is to me.
I'll tell you what.
The subject matter is at
You're
least.
mentally ill is what I'm going to say.
Like Christopher and I, our entire lives, never would anyone call our voices balmy. Absolutely ever. We think you're a lunatic and thank you. That's very nice.
You're welcome. Take it.
That's very nice. Thank you.
That's very nice.
But yeah, no, corporate people do not sleep on it. You guys, they know.
Go now.
PS,
you heard it here. Millions of others have already heard it, but you heard it here.
They
so
know.
Go.
They know. Anywho,
we are here today to fix Jonathan Taylor Thomas. What made you pick JTT from the list that you were shown?
I was shocked he was still on the list. The chokehold this boy at the time had on millennials in the early mid 90s. He was, I'd say, up there with like, in terms of people that just occupied so much space in my 8-year-old mind, like him, Leo, the guy from Brink, Eric Vander something.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Just Ryder Strong. Just that like very baby face with the And I'm always wondering like what happened with him? Where is he?
Yeah.
So there was a curiosity of checking in on him.
Yeah. He is actually not an actor anymore, but he stands guard outside the motel room where they're holding Shelley Miscavige. That's his actual job. That's why you literally never see
him. You never see him.
Because he's in Aruba on a yacht outside Stateroom 4.
On the Sea Org. Yeah, he's in the Sea Org.
Sea Org, that's it.
God.
Well, we're at the point in our broadcast where we play the middle name game, which is where we ask our guest, Becca, and our co-host, Christopher Michael DeRosa, to guess the middle name of the person that we're fixing. However, Jonathan Taylor Thomas sort of spoils that game. Mm-hmm. But we'll give you the information anyway, just for posterity. Real name, Jonathan Taylor Weiss. So I did try to think of, should we guess the last name? But that's needle in a haystack. He was born September 8th, 1981. He is 44 years old and he's a Virgo.
What is
He's
it?
a Virgo. He's September 8th. September 8th,
that's Hassan's
81.
birthday.
Virgo. Oh, that's your partner's birthday.
Yes.
Wow. 1981 too?
Not 81.
No.
Oh, okay. And Jonathan Taylor Weiss was born in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, home state of Christopher DeRosa.
Yes.
Having nothing to do with his birth, he attended Harvard and Columbia and the University of St. Andrews.
So,
But because he was famous.
I feel like that's a
No,
common
yes.
path.
Yes. And also why, I mean, like, he's got to be
For
a
what?
little bit smart
Yeah.
if he even wants to do all of it.
Yeah.
Didn't Mary Kate and Ashley, didn't they go to Harvard? Or maybe they went to
Yes.
Columbia or
And,
other,
like,
there's
I
a
don't
child
know.
star to Harvard.
Tyra Banks
pipeline
went to
feels-
Harvard. No, they
The
all
amount
go,
of housewives
they
who
don't
have
go to
a
Harvard. They
master's-
don't go.
right.
Becca,
Extension
they're not
school.
like
We got a
They're
lot of
not-
housewives have a master's in Columbia. It's a 1-year program in any variety of things from actually these people are too identifiable. I won't say what their degrees are in, but you know, we can't do Jonathan Taylor Thomas because we already know that it's Taylor. So what do we do? Well, since JTT, one of his biggest roles was playing young Simba, we go to adult Simba. And we're going to guess the middle name for one Matthew Broderick today. Matthew
Ooh.
Broderick, born March 21st, 1962. So he is he's a Pisces Aries cusp. I don't know which one he is. I think
Yeah.
Pisces though still, right?
depends.
March 21. So he is 64 years old. He was born in New York. Oh, I love that. Who else was recently born in New York? Oh, Lucy Liu.
Oh, Lucy Liu
was born in, yeah. So that's all the information you have. Matthew and Broderick are his legal birth certificated names.
I had no idea he's older Simba in the Lion
Matthew
King?
Broderick is Simba in Lion King. Oh,
Yes.
yes.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yes. The original version.
Right.
Yeah.
Animated.
1994.
And Jonathan Taylor Thomas is young Simba,
Young
and then
Simba.
Matthew Broderick is Simba. Yeah. I'm glad you got that education today. What is Matthew Broderick? Now, this is it's a 5 on the gettability scale.
Fuck.
It's a niche first name that could also serve as a last name. I've heard it as a last name before. And it fits him.
I was going to say William. William, but William is not
No.
a 5. So I think
No.
it's Scott.
Okay.
I was going to say Walter.
No.
Ooh.
Good guesses though. That Walter just threw. God, you don't hear Walter much anymore.
No, that's a great guess.
Matthew Dexter Broderick.
Oh my
Can
God.
you believe?
5.
No. You should have
I
said
did
he
it as
has
a
a
5 only.
laboratory and I would have gotten it right away.
You know, Becca's right. That was like a 2 or a 3 actually. But I almost was like, I was going to say it's something geeky that you can get.
Mm.
Anyway, that's it. But
Dexter.
goodbye, Matthew Broderick.
Yeah, you really
Until-
don't hear that anymore.
Until we fix you. Goodbye. So here we are now at Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Now, I'd say what was the thing? I mean, I think we all know what the thing was. Like, he was on Home Improvement, and then he was Simba. These are, to me, his 2 greatest claims of fame. But you guys are the age where you would have had childhood crushes on him
Yes.
because you're around this. Well, you're younger than he is, but you would have known him more than I did. What do you remember him from anything else other than Home Improvement and The Lion King? Go for it, Becca.
Becca, go ahead.
So Home Improvement to me is like a very boy sitcom. So that
Correct.
was never
Sure.
appealed to me. And like Tim
Me
Allen also
neither.
just never appealed to me.
Yep.
So for me, it was Man of the House with Chevy Chase and Farrah Fawcett, who I just loved him in that. And I loved him in I'll Be Home for Christmas, which I forgot co-starred Jessica Biel. So those are my 2 favorite movies. I've probably seen Man of the House a million times. And then another Disney movie called Huck Finn or Tom Sawyer.
Oh, Tom and Huck, or Huck and Tom.
Tom and Huck?
Yeah.
Yes.
And Brad Renfro was the other. Whichever one JTT was, Brad Renfro was the other one. One was Tom and one was Huck.
Yeah. And that one
I just remembered that.
I loved that. I'll never forget when I saw him watching his own funeral. And I had no concept of that as a little kid, that like you could possibly do that. And I was like, oh, I want that. Like
Yeah.
somehow I
Oh,
gotta
that's funny.
figure out how to watch my own, how to fake my own death and hear what everybody has to say about me. And that was like a core memory.
Well, Man of the House was big because it's Chevy Chase and him. And I do remember that movie. It's not as big as like other ones of that same genre, but it was a big movie. And it was like here's the thing. He was perfectly the exact look of like the heartthrob kid in the 90s. Like I'm looking at his IMDb and it's like the picture that is like the main picture of him. And on his IMDb is like blonde hair, nice jaw, blue eyes, spiked up a little bit, but kind of messy and like handsome. And like, not that wouldn't today you would see that man and be like, he's so handsome, but it's just like so 90s. The look is so 90s. And he was a little kid, was so cute. And when I tell you like all my older cousins that were girls were like, I remember them sending into like some fan club where then they would send you like a signed photo of him.
It's the only poster I ever had of another human being on my wall was Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Yes. The heartthrobiness of it, Dominic, like for you, like Joey Lawrence level.
Sure.
For like every millennial kid.
And I was always confused by that because in the 90s, I knew who he was and I knew Home Improvement, I knew Lion King. And I was always confused because I think when Home Improvement started, I was still a minor, believe it or not. And I was always confused about the JTT love because I thought that one of the other brothers was hotter. Even when I was a young I thought, I don't even want to say his name because he's grown up to be a felon basically and an abuser of women. So I'm not going to say his name, but the other guy on Home Improvement I thought was hotter. And I was always confused why JTT got all the heat. I guess he was just...
But he was the middle one.
So corn-fed, yeah,
and
I guess.
And he was just cute. The other one was a little like Odoyo Rules for me, if that makes sense.
Yes. Right, yeah.
But like he was cute and he was the nice one and he wasn't the little one who was always getting in trouble. Like he was like the middle that was like, he just everything, it was just the perfect storm of cuteness.
He had this cute voice too that was like, it was kind of high-pitched and he had balayage. Highlights practically.
Not balayage. He like basically did though, actually. I mean, Home Improvement was a humongous show. You know what I mean? For what it's worth, yes, Tim Allen's annoying, but like even still to this day, like there will be people that'll go like, whoa. You know, like the thing that he used to do when it was like the power tools and all that stuff. And even like the neighbor still all the time, like the neighbor that would like look over the
Wilson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wilson would look over the like the fence. Wait, is that what it is? A fence?
No, there's a lot of iconic. Yeah, no, there's a lot of iconic things about that show. Wasn't Pam? Who was the Tool Time girl? Was it Anna Nicole or was it Pam Anderson? It was one
Pam
of them,
Anderson.
Yeah. So there's like a lot of iconic things came from that show. I just wasn't a fan of it because, like Becca said, it was a boy. It was a boy.
It was a boy show.
Yeah.
It was.
But it was in that middle class block, like that and Roseanne. Like these were all like giant shows back then.
But funny enough, it was like the only boy one of those shows. Everyone else, like think about it. Full House, girl is kind of a girl show.
Yeah.
What was the other thing you just said? Roseanne, kind of a girl show. Know what I mean?
Yeah,
like it is like the boyish version.
Because there was like the siblings were all boys, and then it was Tools. So they really hit the basic elements.
They really did.
Also, Dominic, when Home Improvement was on, like Jonathan Taylor Thomas was like too much of a child and you were too much of an adult. I think he was cute.
No, that's why I prefaced it with when Home Improvement started, I was also a minor. Please listen back to the tape.
I know, but still. You know what I mean? Like, it was like,
no, I could tell which one was the sexy one when we're all children. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
The woman beater? Yeah, that one? Okay, great.
Yeah, well, because, I kind of want him to beat the shit out of me even back then, but I didn't know he would make a career out of it, for God's sake. Stay off women. His name is... we're just going to call him ZTB.
Literally, I don't even know. I don't even know what his name is.
Well, Zachary Ty Bryant is his name.
Brother.
I knew because he was the cute one.
He then is Simba, the young Simba in The Lion King, which is probably one of the biggest movies of all time, in my opinion.
Yep. Huge.
And like, he did other stuff. I'm weirdly, as I'm going through his IMDb, I'm like, wait, he has other things on here? Like,
guest spots, Smallville, Ally McBeal, other shit. What else? He did a voice on The Simpsons. He was on 8 Simple Rules for 3 episodes.
God, I love that show.
I know you did. I never saw it enough, but I feel like I should.
My mom and I watched it. And I remember whenever he died, when he died, we watched the episode. Like, I remember it being like, he died. And then it was like his son. Was his son on the show with him? Am I making that up?
Jason Ritter.
I can't remember.
I don't remember. That was like I didn't watch A Simple Rules, but that was a cultural moment. I watched that episode. That was probably, I would be not surprised if it was
Ritter
the most
died.
watched episode of that year of television.
Wait, Katie Seagal is in this? Oh my God.
Yeah, she was his wife.
I'm forgetting that
she was
David
the
Spade
mom
is in it.
on the show. Yep.
And Kaylee Cuoco is in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Before
she's, I think she's the teenage daughter, isn't she? Is Kaylee Cuoco's the teenage daughter? Yeah.
Yeah, her and older Ritter are like king and queen of sitcom. Like he kind of passed the torch to her in terms of, sitcom royalty. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's in Eight Simple Rules. Then he does a quick swing through Veronica Mars. And the last thing he's seen doing is a television show called Last Man Standing that he appeared in 4 episodes of, but that was 2013 to 2015. So
and that's
we're now 11.
Isn't that Tim Allen's show?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, you're right. God.
So I watched some YouTube clips of that where he kind of shows up and he's one of the characters' bosses, and he meets Tim Allen, and Tim Allen's like, "You look familiar," and they kind of do that a couple of different times. And he's like, "I don't know where you would have known me from," and I think he directed one of those episodes too. I saw,
because that's what he does now. Basically, he lives in LA. He lives a quiet life, and supposedly he just like does occasional writing and directing. But to look at the wiki, it's not occasional. It's been a minute.
This is the thing, though. It's like for how famous he was on Home Improvement, and like how obsessed everyone was with him. Like I do not see that translating to more roles.
But he, from what I know, voluntarily left show business. It wasn't for lack of work. And that's part of his lore. Like young Simba left Hollywood. Like he had
because
the biggest movie, one of the biggest movies of the century.
Yeah.
But like hit TV show, hit movie. I mean, another hit movie with Chevy and Farrah, but then he sort of hit all of it and then had his fill. Then he said, I'm just going to go to Ivy League universities now for the rest of my life.
If you look at that IMDb, probably for a child actor, he's got to be one of the most in-demand child actors of the 90s. Like his schedule is probably back to back to back.
Yeah.
I can't imagine like just the toll. And not only that, but also being a heartthrob and being like in your early teens and having all these girls all over the place. It's like the Justin Bieber effect. It's like you're sexualized from such a young age by people who are appropriate, but like it's still got to be weird. That's still got to mess with you to an extent where you're just like, I'm out of here.
Yeah. He was such a heartthrob, which he probably got so fucked up from that too.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm a child.
Or maybe
why are these grown women mailing me their panties? Like, you know what I mean? Like something disgusting.
Or maybe he's not fucked up from it. Maybe he knew that it was bad news and he was like, I don't think this is a good idea. I wish he would give, I'm not trying to do a fix right now, but like, I would love
an interview.
Because it's part of his mystery. It's part of his mystery
Right,
is why he left. Like it's part of his sort of folklore. Like I was saying, he's known as the guy that left. He could probably write his own check. He could probably do whatever the fuck he wants.
But also, especially now, whenever it's like, we know so much now about what was going on at this time.
Yes.
I bet you he has so many stories of like, and then this person tried to fuck me.
Oh my
and
God.
then this other adult,
seriously.
you know what I mean? Like
I wouldn't be surprised at all. And I'm curious, like parents, he's not a Nepo baby, right?
That's what I don't know. I almost wonder if he was wanted to get like emancipated from his parents.
Yeah, that I always wonder with like hugely successful child stars like that. Sometimes it's like helpful to be a Nepo baby because you're almost a little bit protected.
And they like know what's going on.
Yeah. And I think a lot of parents whose like parents have just regular jobs, you're vulnerable because everything seems so new and like, oh my God, this is only going to happen one time. And who knows how long Jonathan Taylor Thomas is going to, be so in demand.
I don't know. I bet he wasn't a Nepo baby because if he was born in Bethlehem, I don't know.
Yeah, it's true.
His mother was a personal manager and social worker, and his father was an industrial sales manager. Those both sound like Bethlehem, Pennsylvania jobs. As a Pennsylvania native.
Central Pennsylvania, yeah, classic.
Yes.
But maybe he got out in time. Maybe he knew. Maybe he was just like, this isn't. I'm sure every child actor sees shit that makes them a little more adult than they should be.
Mm-hmm.
So even if he wasn't a victim, he certainly saw enough as a kid where he could have made the decision like, I think I'm good.
When he
with
was
all this
kind of like
stuff.
he kind of was in like a Dakota Fanning situation where it's like he was like playing opposite these adults.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like not in Home Improvement, but like then in like Man of the House and like all these other like movies that I'm seeing him do. It's like him and Chevy Chase are the two, like he's like almost being billed as much like, what's his name? Haley Joel Osment.
As
like
a star.
Yes,
where
Haley
it's
Joel
like,
Osment.
you're a child, and like Dakota Fanning and like Man on Fire, where it's like the P.S. both of those are like horrific movies, and then this is Man of the House is like a comedy where he like it's like, but like it's like him being billed as like a star next to like a humongous movie star, kind of a thing where it's like they're prepping him to kind of be that, and like I wonder if he was like, I don't want to do this.
So much pressure. I mean, and it's also Disney too, and you know they're like a child star factory, so I'm sure the amount of pressure that he was feeling, like, okay, then he does I'll Be Home for Christmas. It's a huge Christmas product. And he's on the front of it.
Yeah. And I just like vividly remember that was like when like fan clubs and like all that kind of stuff and like all those like teen beat movies.
Yes.
Like not teen beat movies, but the teen beat like magazines and like all that kind of stuff. Like he was always on the cover of those, like not Teen Vogue, but I'm trying to think of not like Tiger Beat, but I feel like Tiger Beat's like too old. It's like the whatever came after Tiger Beat. He was on the cover of every single one of those every week. Like there was fan clubs. There was, again, I vividly remember, it's like one of my first memories is like remembering my cousin like opening up like the envelope that was like, here's a letter that he wrote you, but it was just like obviously like the letter he sent to everyone. And then like a headshot of him that is signed with like gold Sharpie that was like his signature, quote unquote.
Oh, I'm certain I had like a lunch pail and a thermos that had his face on it.
I just put in the chat the last time that he was photographed. He was walking his dogs, and it was in 2021. So that was the last time so that's 5 years ago. He was photographed in public, and that had been the first time that he was photographed in almost 8 years. So I personally, I'm looking at him. I do not think I would know that it was JTT if I'm behind him in line in the deli. But I do think, maybe not strikingly, he does look like a middle-aged Val Kilmer to me in these photographs. Like
a little bit.
If you told me he was Val Kilmer, I'd believe that, which is not a bad person to look like, particularly middle-aged Val Kilmer.
He
like a
doesn't
Batman level Val Kilmer.
Yeah, he doesn't look bad. He's got a Mets hat on.
He doesn't look traumatized. I'll say that.
No, he's walking.
He's just vaping and he's walking his dogs.
I don't love the vape hanging out of his mouth while he's walking. That doesn't. I don't feel great about it. But
maybe it's weed.
It could be
Does
way
that
worse.
help?
It could be way worse.
He's wearing a COVID mask did you see he's got it around his chin because it was right in the middle of COVID.
He still has to sucked on that vape.
He's like, finally, no one's going to be outside my house waiting at the paparazzi because it's COVID. And then he walks outside and this is what happens.
So I don't know how that works, but like with the TMZ of it all, what do you mean like the last time you were photographed, last time he was seen in public in 8 years? Like, did he move somewhere?
No,
like, it just means no one's followed him, basically. It's like he hasn't gone to anything or gotten anyone's attention.
Right.
They mean like no one from the magazines has seen him in 8 years. They don't mean that he's never left his house. Like
he's not Shelley Miscavige, right?
But they'd want you to believe that. Like they'd want you to believe that it's that he hasn't left his house in 8 years. But it's that like a paparazzi hasn't taken a picture of him in 8 years.
It's the equivalent of breaking my silence. It's that, but in visual form.
I guess my question is why in 2021? Like, because if I were a photographer, I wouldn't, like you said, like I would never pick him out as Jonathan Taylor Thomas. So was it just somebody who was like, oh shit, that's JTT?
It was, my guess would be that it was someone, it was a freelancer, which is there on every block in LA. And it was probably someone who just knew that it was him.
Sure.
And took some photos because he was out in public and then called TMZ and said, boom, or any photo service and just gave them the shots.
Or honestly, he called them up one day and was like, I'll give you $10,000. Like, will you give me $10,000?
I'm still alive.
And they were like, okay, yeah.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Like,
will you
grub
up me some White Castle if I give you photos of me walking my two noodles?
Not grub up me White Castle. Goodbye.
I've thought of that literally because I have the New York Post website up, which is what I'm giving you this information from. And one of the 4,000 ads that I have to wade through to get to what I want is from Grubhub Plus.
Yeah.
Which I will never get because you advertise on New York Post. And I'm mad. And let me tell you why I'm not mad.
God. Well, in this article, it says, I'd been going nonstop since I was 8 years old. I wanted to go to school, to travel, and have a bit of a break, he once said, according to Us Weekly, to sit in a big library amongst books and students. That was pretty cool. It was a novel experience for me. Okay, but like, so he wanted to like have a normal life, which I get because he grew up not having a normal life.
Right.
And so he's like, I want to like go to school and like be a person. Oh, Becca, you know who you're thinking of? Didn't Natalie Portman go to like Harvard, like on her own and like actually get a degree? And like, yeah. And like, she was like, I actually just like want to be a student. Bye. And so she did that like in the middle of filming all these movies. But like, he wanted to do that. But I'm like, okay, so then like, what did you do after? Like, do you just like have a job as an IT person? Like, what's happening?
Yeah. It's interesting because later down here, there's also another part about him talking about his fan base and the fan club. So this is from New York Times, which I can skim through, but he talks about you're a part of their life, the fan club, and there's a lot that's owed to them, but it's difficult because you want to make everyone happy. But if you try to do that, you're setting yourself up for failure. So I don't know what he's referencing there, but I'm sure he had some bad experiences.
The problem with all of the fixes that are going through my head right now is that he won't do any of them. Like he so clearly just wants to be left alone. And it's like, in order to get a good fix in there, we have to pretty much violate everything he wants to do in his life right now. We just want him back. He doesn't need fixing. We just want him back.
Right.
Like we're playing with, you know, I know what Chris's fix is going to be. So I'm going to stay away from it.
I don't think
it wasn't going to be my fix.
I don't think you do.
Maybe I don't.
The thing that's funny is that like when you go to Google him and it's like if you Google Jonathan Taylor Thomas, the first picture that comes up where he has these glasses and like a plaid shirt, like he still looks hot as fuck.
Mm-hmm. He does.
Like, he's still handsome. And then even this most recent picture of him from like this year, I think he doesn't look bad, but like, I don't know. He's holding what I think is an energy drink. And I'm like, what are you doing?
It's Christopher.
You know what I mean? I'm just like, you know, I'm just like.
You're having a problem with everyone's life accessories today.
It's just like not, I don't know.
Let the man vape. He's been through a lot.
I guess.
He's a millennial with empty hands.
There's this other part. I just thought you guys might find this interesting. In this New York Times article, they talk to his manager, and I guess his height is a big issue. According in 1997, he was 5'3", and his manager said short kids have an advantage, but short adults don't.
Yeah.
And then he also talks about taking breaks from actors like child stars like Jodie Foster and Ron Howard to go to college. And then he talks about doing edgier material because that's what seems to get respected. So those are a couple of other things to add to the lore there.
Do you think that's why I'm not famous? Because I'm 5'4"? That's got to be the only reason.
Yep,
right?
Dominic, that's why.
Thank you.
Depends if things went downhill for you after childhood.
A mystery solved. Thank God.
A mystery solved, Dominic. Yep, if only you were 5'8", then you would be so famous you wouldn't have to do this podcast.
God.
But even like, I found some random Instagram called JTT Archive, which is a great name. There's like scans of old like magazines. And again, like he's like a little kid and they have him in like this like 3-piece suit and he's like looking at you like he wants to like take you to the dance. Like
seductively.
He was just, like, very sexualized as a child,
yes.
which I like dealt, which like now in 2026, we're like, no, like, Do you know what I mean? That just like is not good. And even like one of the pictures is a Jonathan Taylor Thomas 16-month 1999 calendar. And it's like
16 months.
He's so hot they added 4 months to the year.
I guess.
Too many pictures to choose from.
P.S. The person that's running this is mentally ill. It's like, here's the fun fact. If you still have the 1999 calendar, it can actually be used in 2021. I'm like, no, stop. Like, no,
wow.
Please stop.
I know. Yeah. I have one idea only that is he will never do it, but I won't pitch another idea than this. I want Jonathan Taylor Thomas to take over an O'Mary. No, I do not actually.
Yes.
I don't.
He just pitched that.
I just pitched it for somebody else. Actually, that would be super. Can you imagine if they? No, we'd be there in a heartbeat for sure. But that is not my pitch.
What else do we have to say? It's crazy because it's like
it's sort of like an abbreviated episode because he hasn't done much. There's not much to talk about. There's just the mystery of. And what
I
have
one more thing that I found when I was looking him up, which was apparently him and Tim Allen don't have a good relationship anymore because I guess he left Home Improvement halfway through the 7th season. and didn't like.
Oh, I think I remember this. Yeah.
So it's not only that he quit acting when he was done and he was like, the roles aren't really coming up in anymore. I'm not getting these edgier roles. Like maybe I'm not physically growing as much as I thought I would. It's like he must have had some experience where he was like, I'm out. I'm done. I'm leaving in the middle of the season, which is crazy for one of the biggest sitcoms of the 90s. And he's a title role and just to leave. And I don't know what happened with the writers. Like, I don't know how they wrote him out. I'm sure fans of Home Improvement
I don't remember. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't remember how they did it. But I mean, that's when you really know that they're serious about it because they're like, I'm in the middle of making so much money off of this and I'm like out of here. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Or his parents took him out.
Yeah. They were like, you're done. They're like, Tim Allen has screamed at you enough times. Like, you're done.
Yeah.
But he went back to do that Last Man Standing show, though, afterwards.
I bet he was like, wouldn't this be great? Just do it with me. And he was like, okay, fine. And it was just like a fat check.
In the second episode of season 8, Randy Taylor was left for Costa Rica, with the character's interest in environmentalism being the narrative reason for his move. JTT left the show at 16 to focus on his education, wanting to take a break from acting and attend university, which caused some tension with producers and cast members.
Oh, I bet. Oh my God.
That's coming from Tess. Tess is my AI assistant.
I just read the Lena Dunham book and like getting all the inside scoop on like an ingenue who's like, you know, has this huge show. And I can't imagine the producers were probably like, you know, showed up at his house begging him to come back.
Well, and he's like 100% the star of the show. You know what I mean? It's like he was like the breakout star of the whole show. So it's like, I have so much respect for people when they're like, I'm in the middle of doing, like, I'm in the white hot peak and I'm like, no, I'm good. I actually don't want to do this anymore. Bye. You know what I mean? Which like means that they really don't give a fuck.
It's true. It's like one of the most badass things you could do, like the confidence in yourself and like also like just wanting to protect yourself at that age with that much going on.
And just being like, this is for the birds. Like, I don't care about this. You know what I mean? It's like, I have a fan club. Like, cool. Anyway.
I'm going to go study philosophy at Columbia.
Yeah.
When he was a kid, he went on Conan O'Brien and said, I just wanted to go back to school to go to football games on the weekend and that kind of stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, he just wanted to be a regular kid. And that's probably why we haven't seen him like getting in a fight and like screaming racial slurs at people like many, like, you know, so many child stars we see do that. Or like they're like on the drugs on the side of the street and we realize it's a child star. You know what I mean? Like seemingly the worst thing he does is vape and drink energy drinks. So
I mean, there's a world in which he is Leonardo DiCaprio, but there's also a world in which he is that other guy that you were just talking about. You know, like there are really two paths.
And he really doesn't want to be Leonardo DiCaprio, clearly, if he's leaving the show that made him a household name.
I wonder if he's in those pictures, if he has a wedding ring, if he's married, if he has kids.
I don't know. Let's find out.
None of the articles say that he is married.
Yeah, it doesn't say
I've also found online one more. I love that this has turned into like some sort of investigation.
Yeah, I do like it. I do like it. Because you, Becca, you know that we do absolutely zero research before we do.
I love doing it with you guys.
Yeah.
We're like pinning things. Okay, no wedding ring. Columbia.
Someone commented the other day, they're like, don't you guys research before the show? And I was like, no, we say it every episode that we do no research.
Pretty clear that
You're
we
pretty
don't
transparent.
do that.
We go off vibes. And that's like how people absorb celebrities as vibes, you know?
And it's fun to find it all together. We're on a journey here.
I know. Oh my God, he's so little in The Lion King. And he has, oh my God, I had one of these, a yin yang necklace.
Oh, with both parts?
With both parts together.
Oh.
No, together. And I had one. Oh my God. Ugh. Imagine being in the Lion King. I'm gonna be the main event like no king was before. Like, that's you.
Well, so actually that's not him. I just
put a new link in the chat from E! Online. And if you scroll down to the bottom, there's an even more recent photo of him from 2023.
Oh, with the Lacoste shirt and the Contigo mug with no cap.
Oh, wait, I thought that was an energy drink. Is that not an energy drink?
It looks like a mug I have a bunch of without caps, which he also doesn't have a cap on, which is so relatable. And a beanie.
Well, he's not looking as good as the... But like, look, okay, go back up and look at him in this Nickelodeon, with getting a Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Award, the blimp. Like, I'm sorry, but sex on a stick as a child.
That blimp. Oh my God, he probably was slimed so many times.
Yeah.
It looks like he's wearing a wedding ring in that photo.
I know. Well, who was he married to in 1997?
I don't know.
I don't think he's been married.
No, I don't think so.
By the way, young Simba was voiced by a boy named Jason Weaver in the 1994 animated Lion King. Jason Weaver. He was the singing voice of young Simba. He turned down a $2 million upfront payment from Disney. Instead, on his mother's advice, he took $100,000 plus royalties, which is a decision that has paid millions of dollars over decades.
I'm sure.
Oh my God.
That's
I wonder what JTT did.
You know we should be doing, Dominic? We should do a Patreon that's like the singing voices of things and where they are now.
Let's do it.
That's a great Patreon episode.
I'm surprised Jonathan Taylor Thomas doesn't have a good singing voice. He just strikes me as somebody who could belt.
He's also like a hot white kid that probably got a lot of other people to do shit for him. So he's probably like, let someone else sing this.
Yeah, that's fair.
I know Patricia Richardson. Get out of here.
Yeah, he's like, I barely want to act. Like, can I not be in the
Home
studio for this?
Improvement. Get the fuck out of here. Sing? I know Pam Anderson.
Yeah, like sing. Literally.
That's another thing I want to know. I want to know who he still talks to in Hollywood, like whose houses he hangs out with. You don't think you think he's completely excommunicated himself?
I'm surprised does he live in LA? I'm surprised someone like that lives in Los Angeles.
You're right. Where do we think he should live? Like,
I don't know.
I could see him on the Jersey Shore somewhere.
Milwaukee? Like, I don't know. But you don't know. But for real, like some Midwestern city where like no one even realizes it's him and like there isn't a paparazzi person there to like take a photo of him.
Yeah, go back to
That's what's weird to me is that he still lives in LA, but like...
Well, he writes and directs, so that's why he's out there.
Yeah.
There's only one thing that I want him to do.
Okay.
And it's not OnlyFans. There's only one thing. But here we are at the arena to fix Jonathan Taylor Louise Thomas Weiss. Christopher, the floor is yours.
Get that Amex Gold card ready. I'm too tired to cook.
We feeling Five Guys or the Cheesecake Factory?
Both.
Earn up to $120 a year in statement credits at participating partners. Up to $10 each month when you pay with the Amex Gold card. Learn more at americanexpress.com/explore-gold. Enrollment required. Terms apply.
This is a paid message from GoFundMe. Meet Juan Naula. When his son was hospitalized for a viral infection, Juan started a GoFundMe to pay for medical expenses.
It was $5,000 to pay the bill for my son, and I need only 22 hours. It was amazing. People really trust on GoFundMe.
How did Juan raise $5,000 in less than a day? He posted a short video on GoFundMe telling his story in 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Be specific, be quick, and tell what are you going to be using the funds for. I was nervous to do it because it doesn't feel okay to ask money, but you shouldn't be nervous. Sometimes you just have to do it and see the results. We were able to save my son's life. Thanks to GoFundMe that we still have my son with us.
Start your GoFundMe today at GoFundMe.com. That's GoFundMe.com. GoFundMe.com. This message reflects one person's experience.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas. JTT. Which, by the way, when NSYNC started and people started calling Justin Timberlake JT, we all had to do like a mental shift from JTT to just J. Because people were like, don't you mean JTT? And people were like, no, we mean Justin Timberlake. I remember that I remember that. Anyway, that's how famous he was.
The other T was protective because now we see where Justin Timberlake is.
Yeah.
I can't. The courage it must have taken your entire generation to get through that. I can't.
I know. It was hard.
Imagine.
Dominic, it was hard.
Imagine.
Okay.
That and Y2K, same here.
It was really hard. Anyway.
What did JC Chazé have to say
exactly.
About it? He's like, there are other J's in the world. What the fuck?
That also was hard. We should fix JC Chazé. Hold on, writing it down. Okay. Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Here's what I want you to do. Recently on an episode of Hacks, Deborah goes back to the like Comic-Con like fan event, and it's like her and all of her fans. You know what he could write really well? If he wants to write and direct something, he's also going to star in it. And I want him to write and direct a comedy about all of these 80s and 90s stars that like make all of their money at fan events, and they all play themselves. And this can be like him. It can be Haley Joel Osment. It can be, who are the other versions
Danielle
of this?
Fishel.
Sure,
Ooh.
yes.
Ryder,
everyone
of
from
course.
Everyone from Boy Meets World. Everyone from 90210 that like doesn't work anymore. Everyone from all the
Jodie Sweetin.
Yes, Jodie Sweetin playing herself. Like all these characters, like being at the thing and it being like almost like, remember Waiting, the Ryan Reynolds movie where they're all like, they work at like an Applebee's and they're all terrible to each other. And it shows you like what it's really like to work in a restaurant and like a shitty restaurant. Like kind of like a Waiting. It can even be like a very like dark comedy of like, they're all like with their fans and they go back in the background and they're smoking cigarettes. And like, these people are fucking losers. Like,
it's
you know what I mean? Like
when the Disney head comes off.
Yes. And they're like, what the fuck are we doing here? And it could be a really good commentary on parasocial relationships. And like, if he and a bunch of them all star in this movie and it's kind of like edgy and fun and it's they're playing themselves, but it's a weird version of themselves, that could generate so much buzz for him. And then like, people everywhere would be like, what other scripts do you have? Like, blah, blah, like he wants to write and direct, like lean into your fame in the 90s. That gets you to open the door to then be like, okay, what else do you have? And I want to watch that. Remember, there was a movie that it was called Dickie Roberts. Do you remember this movie? It was,
it sounds familiar.
It was David Spade playing a like child star.
Yes.
That had grown up and was like a horrible person. His version of that movie, but at this like Comic-Con for 90s con or whatever, that would be so fucking funny and applicable to right now when there's like so much parasocial relationships going on. Too much, some would say, including myself.
Yeah.
And like they could tackle that in this movie and I think it'd be fucking genius.
I love that.
That's my pitch.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Not only do I want you to be the Bachelor, but I want all 20 contestants to be Tiger Beat loving super fans from your prime. And that is my pitch. A circus pitch? Perhaps. Watchable? Absolutely. Plausible? Less than 0% chance. However, especially security reasons for the super fans being the Bachelorette.
Truly,
but it's gotta be
security reasons.
That's how we make that season unprecedented, which is like they know who the Bachelor is and they grew up being in love with him. Like, can you imagine these fucking crazy people would
you
be like
traumatized?
Can I steal him for 1 second? I can't. I love the socks you were wearing in scene 3 in Huck and Tim. I love it. And I love you. That's what I want. I want that level of insanity on that show.
And that's our pitch. Okay, Becca you have 2 pitches, you said?
Can I give 2?
You can do whatever you want.
You can do whatever you like, but the rule is Chris and I have to make eye contact. We'll know instantly.
No, we immediately know.
If you're going to go to the next round.
Okay.
And it could be possible as like we do a vote and it's like one of each of ours.
A 3-way. Yeah. The possibilities are you don't get in. We call for a 3-way vote. Or we're so blown away by your idea that we forfeit. And that has happened several times, actually.
It has.
We're like, the idea is better.
Okay. One of these ideas is for me. And then the other is what I genuinely think he would like to do. So the one for me is I want him to write and direct an off-Broadway play because we are in the era of nostalgia. We're in the area of celebritification of off-Broadway. And I just think he would do really well. He doesn't even have to be there. He could just be dark and gritty and, let's get him in the Orpheum. Let's see it happen. That's my one. My second one that I want him to do is pull a full Ben McKenzie, another former child star who's now famous for writing a book on like exposing
cryptocurrency. Yes, we just talked about this.
And I want him to use his Harvard and Columbia education to, whether it's crypto or NFT or AI, like I'm sure he's anti-AI. I believe in my gut that Jonathan Taylor Thomas is anti-AI, and I want to see him just go full like expose, journalist, spotlight. That's what I want to see for him.
It's so rare that we judge anything on when we have to be. I would consider the first one. I'm not buying him for the second one. It's just not the energy I'm getting from him. I don't know why. I would believe 10 years ago that Ben McKenzie would find himself in this position. I don't see JTT doing that second one.
And because it's so public and he wants to have a private life, and that's like, know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
so fair.
Ben McKenzie's on every single, is at the opening of a tuna can to be like, let me tell you about how cryptocurrency is ruining the world. Do you know what I'm saying? And so I feel that he wouldn't want to. I like the idea. Because also, like, you got so many degrees to do what? Be a fucking writer still?
Right.
Know what I mean? It's like, why did you go to the most expensive and like lauded universities in America to then just be like, I want to be a director? Like, what the fuck is like, you're already famous. You can be a director. It's like, but anyway, because that's like, I would like to see him use those degrees if he's going to take someone else's spot at a Harvard, like at an Ivy League university to like do it.
So what's the off-Broadway play? I think I need to know what it's about before we move it to the next round.
And I was originally thinking you were pitching him to do a one-man show, which
I just don't know that he wants to do 8 nights a week is my issue. But I do think he wants to direct and write. And so I don't know what the show, maybe it's probably like a revival of some sort. It's probably something heady, something we haven't seen in a while. That's all I got.
I don't feel like it moves the needle enough for him.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, for JTT. I thought you were talking about me. I was like,
I'm saying no, but I'm saying like, what, like, sure, Jonathan Taylor Thomas like wrote this. I'm like, okay. Like, I would go in being like, okay, and be like, is he in it? And then we'd be like, what? Like,
if he's not in it,
these are not terrible ideas, by the way.
No, they're not bad
it's
ideas.
A high
but
bar. It's a high bar. I'm honored just to be presenting them to you today.
No, it's
is
good.
It though? Is it a high bar?
They're not terrible ideas, but they're not.
They're not moving on to the
It's not
round.
it. It's not it. I understand.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Isn't this a fun system we have? We get to say, not only have you lost this round, you now also have to determine who won.
Okay, so we're between the limited
Bachelor.
series HBO Bachelor.
Yeah.
Yeah, like movie about being himself, like a parody version of himself.
Right.
Where
or
he's
being on The Bachelor.
A 90s star, or being The Bachelor.
I can't in good conscience like send him to what was probably a nightmare situation. Unless we find out that he's done something really horrific. So I reserve the right to switch, but I also want to see that show.
No, we all do. We all do.
Yeah. So it's like, I want to see that show about all the 90s stars, 80s stars. I feel like, let's give them something. Come on.
How have they not written this yet?
It's true. Seriously.
Like when I was coming up with it, I was like, no, there's no way that someone didn't do this already. And then I thought about it and I was like, no one has done this.
Because all we're getting is revamps. We're getting Home Alone revamp, or not Home Alone, Jodie Sweetin and all those. They did a
Full
revamp,
House.
Full House revamp. And it's like the same IP. It's like, you guys are over that. Let's not, I want to see who you are now, Jodie Sweetin, as a 40-year-old.
It makes it fun if they're like,
cheeky.
Smoking cigs in the back and like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a grittiness to it that doesn't exist anymore that like would be, and it's there's a lot of like faux grittiness, but like the real grittiness that could really do a lot for all of them.
Jodie, I keep talking about Jodie, but like she's seen a lot. Like Jonathan has seen a lot. Like I don't want to see you guys.
And has like turned her life around.
Development.
And she will talk about it to anyone who asks. Yeah,
and has turned her life around.
Yes,
you know what I mean. Like she like would be someone that's like, oh yeah, I used to do drugs. Like her whole thing is she's like a former addict. Blah blah blah. Like that could be her in the freaking movie.
Right, I mean, pants off, dance off. That's all 4 words to live through history because of Jodie Sweetin. The pants off, dance off.
Becca, this has been an absolute whirlwind. Thank you for being here. We've definitely fixed him. Tell us where people can find you on the internet and where they can listen to your podcast.
All of the places on the internet, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. We're manifesting. We might have a Corporate Gossip live show this sometime in the fall in New York. So maybe that will be coming.
Would love to be there.
It's still in the, definitely you guys will be there. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for having me. I just so appreciate
Thank you for coming.
And yeah, it's great. So I appreciate it a lot. And it's been so much fun on this journey.
Dominic, where can people find you?
You can find me at my website, which is domentary.com, or on Instagram at Dominic Pupa, where you will find links to shows I have for the rest of June from like the 18th to the 30th. And then I'll be in Provincetown, a bunch of dates in July. Please come see me. Christopher, where can the listeners of this podcast find you on the World Wide Web?
You can find me at the Krista Rosa. You can find the show at Fixing Famous People, and you can find the Patreon at patreon.com/fixingfamouspeople. I wish you both well, and as always, where's Shelly? Goodbye.